Hello, welcome back to my studio. Today I'm going to be telling you a bit more about my Artist Live channel and showing you some highlights of a painting demonstration that I'm working on. And we're also going to have a look at some new paints. So stick around, a lot to see in this week's video. Well, one of the projects on my art school is my Artist Live channel. And here I do a monthly live video demonstration in some depth. We explore different themes, different subjects, and everybody joins me live and I do a little lesson and demonstration. And then it's up to all the members as well who can join the painting challenge for that month, do some paintings, send them in for critiques, and we all have a look and learn from our work. It's a lot of fun and I really enjoy doing it. And I put together an HD recording of the demonstration as well and add it to the archives on the channel. So if you're interested in that and want to join me each month, then have a look at the link below and check it out for yourself. It's really very affordable and I think good value. Now I'm exploring some subjects for my next live meeting, and I also stocked up on some new Rembrandt oil paints. So I put together a short video of a demonstration that I'm working on and just getting myself familiar with the subject. So let's have a look at some of the paints. I've just actually compared some of the Rembrandt paints to student paints as well and show you the difference. And then we'll have a look at how I put the vibrancy of these artist quality paints to work in this little demonstration. I've got a beautiful selection of Rembrandt finest oil paints. These are artist quality paints. I have done reviews on Rembrandt paints before, but now I've invested in a full set, including some superb colors like the cadmium yellows and a cobalt blue as well. So I'm going to be testing out these paints and using them in a number of paintings in the future. Now, why use paints of this quality? Well, they definitely do add an extra dimension of color and vibrancy in your painting. I like the Rembrandt range as well because, as you will see, the colors are ready to use out the tube. Strong pigment, but soft and buttery as well. So, without wasting too much time, I am going to put a selection of colors out on the palette and do a painting. This is the reference I'm working from, and as you can see, quite a complicated scene. I'm going into it with a basic but loose drawing, just using some burnt sienna and getting the shapes in. I'm not going to draw everything out in pencil very carefully. This is still going to be a loose impression, not an illustration. And the subject in the photo is my guide. Now I'm going to be using the Rembrandt's vibrancy of colors, especially in the water in the foreground, getting in different sorts of green, bit of lemon yellow, bit of cerulean blue, even a bit of burnt sienna just to warm things up, of reflected color coming into the water, but vibrant. This reddish burnt sienna is balancing out with the greens, make them look even more vibrant. And just block in as quickly as you can. Get color down. I think that's the main idea. Fill your canvas as quickly as possible with color. Now I'm looking for the darks, putting those dark shapes in. Not a lot of strong darks in this subject, a lot of middle values. So a few darks here and there are essential to make the lights come on. I grab at these little foliage details amongst those houses to give me some darks as well. Now, of course, all of those buildings are quite a challenge. And I'm putting a full-length demonstration of this scene in my Artist Live channel. So you can catch that in a lot more detail there. And how to handle all of these details, how to create space in a subject like this. That's the real challenge. You've got to use color. You've got to try and suggest information without overdoing it. Otherwise, who can really figure out what to look at? It becomes just a chaotic jumble of shapes. And I think it's important when you tackle a subject like this is to just enjoy it and take your time, or work fast. As I'm doing, I'm trying to get through the painting pretty quickly, and that helps me. But the main thing is enjoy the process and have fun. I view this as a challenge. It's quite exhausting at times, especially when I'm working on a tight time schedule. But that keeps me focused, and if I pull through and get the painting done and I'm happy with it, that makes it all the more satisfying. So figure out what it is you want to get out of this process. If it's to take some time off and just relax, then do that. Don't put yourself under any stress, and just take your time. But I do recommend that you work wet into wet. Don't let the painting dry and then come back to it to try and finish it, because invariably it becomes a whole new painting. It's much easier to work with oils wet into wet. I like to be able to move the oils around, manipulate them. So that's what I encourage, and you can leave your painting overnight and it'll still be wet the next day and you can carry on. But try to get it done wet into wet. Here you can see I'm just toning down the colors in the background. Just trying to push them back a bit. Very loose, very impressionist. I'll pull things together towards the end with a little more definition and detail where necessary. And that's mostly going to be on the boats themselves, and that'll bring them forward. A real little challenge this, but I have to say the paints do help. These Rembrandt paints make it a lot easier to get punch in your color. I'm not fighting to get vibrancy. It's there, I just have to put the paint down, kind of figure out where I want to put it, of course, and then just put it down and it stands out. And even if I'm doing subdued colors, it does help. Well, I always look for a few figures to put in, and why not? It always seems to add something extra and helps with the viewer. It gives some appeal to the painting, but I keep the figures very loose, very, very suggestive of something, but don't get caught up with too many details at that point. Now bringing a few highlights and suggested details in the boats, and this painting will be pretty much taken care of. And you'll see the whole process if you want to have a look at my live channel. Join that, have a go, and you can work through this and get a critique as well. Well, I must say this was an enjoyable painting, really fun to do, and very pleased with the end result. Quite a relief to get it complete. But I hope you enjoyed watching this snippet of the demonstration. Well, I hope you enjoy that little insight into how I'm using the artist quality paints, and also a glimpse into what you can expect in my live channel as well. Well, if you enjoyed the video and got some fun out of it, please give it a like. If you can leave a comment, that would be fantastic. And don't forget to subscribe, of course, and hit the notification bell, and you'll be informed of next week's video when it's live. That's it for this week, and we'll see you soon. Cheers for now.